Have you ever looked at your microwave and wondered how a small metal box can heat food in seconds without using fire? Every day, millions of people press a button, hear a quiet humming sound, and watch yesterday's dinner become hot again as if by magic. Most people never question it because the microwave has become an ordinary part of life. But what if this everyday appliance has a story far stranger than you imagine? Some believe it was nothing more than a lucky accident. Others think its origins may be connected to secret military experiments. And a few even claim the technology came from something that wasn't built on Earth at all. Before we can understand those theories, we first need to understand what a microwave oven actually does. Unlike a conventional oven that heats the outside of food first, a microwave sends invisible electromagnetic waves into the food itself. These waves interact mainly with water molecules, causing them to move extremely fast.
That movement creates heat from inside the food rather than outside. It sounds almost impossible, yet it works so well that more than 1 billion microwave ovens are now used around the world. But how did anyone discover such an unusual way of cooking? The answer takes us back to 1945. World War II was ending, but military laboratories were busier than ever. Engineers were improving radar systems that had helped detect enemy aircraft during the war. One of those engineers was Percy Spencer, an American inventor who never finished school yet became one of the world's leading experts on radar technology. He spent countless hours working around powerful electronic equipment. On one ordinary day, while testing a radar transmitter, something happened that would completely change his life and eventually change kitchens across the entire world. As Spencer stood beside the active radar equipment, he reached into his pocket for a snack. Instead of finding a solid chocolate bar, he found a sticky, melted mess. It made no sense. He wasn't standing near a stove. There was no fire, no hot sunlight, and no obvious heat source. The only unusual thing nearby was the radar machine itself. Most people would have thrown the chocolate away and forgotten about it. Spencer did the exact opposite. He believed that accidents often hide important discoveries, so he decided to investigate instead of ignoring what had happened. The following day, Spencer brought popcorn kernels into the laboratory. He carefully placed them near the radar equipment and switched the machine on. Within moments, the kernels began exploding into fluffy popcorn, flying across the room and surprising everyone who watched. The invisible energy from the radar had somehow cooked food without flames or boiling water. The engineers laughed at the unexpected experiment, but Spencer immediately realized this wasn't just a funny accident. He believed he had uncovered an entirely new way of heating food, something no one had ever intentionally created before. Curiosity pushed him even further. If radar waves could melt chocolate and popcorn, what would happen to other foods? Spencer decided to test an egg. He placed it near the machine and stepped back. At first, nothing happened. Then, without warning, pressure built up inside the shell until the egg suddenly exploded, splattering one of the nearby engineers. It was messy, surprising, and unforgettable. More importantly, it proved that these invisible waves were transferring energy directly into the food. A completely new method of cooking had just been discovered almost by accident. The discovery quickly turned into a serious engineering project. Scientists began designing machines that could safely produce these microwave signals inside enclosed metal chambers. The first microwave ovens were enormous. They were taller than many people, weighed hundreds of kilograms, and cost far too much for ordinary families. They appeared in restaurants, hospitals, hotels, and on ships long before they reached private homes. As engineers continued improving the design, the machines became smaller, cheaper, and more reliable. It seemed like an incredible success story, but for some people, the official explanation raised even more questions than answers. The years after World War II were filled with classified military research unlike anything the world had seen before.
Governments invested huge amounts of money into secret laboratories developing advanced aircraft, missiles, electronics, communications, and surveillance systems. Many of these projects remained hidden for years, or even decades before the public learned they existed. Because so much research was conducted behind closed doors, people naturally wondered what other discoveries might still be secret.
Whenever history contains missing pieces, imagination often begins filling the gaps with far more mysterious possibilities. Then, another famous mystery entered the picture. In 1947, newspapers reported that the United States military had recovered a strange object near Roswell, New Mexico. Initial reports mentioned a flying disc before officials quickly changed the story, claiming it had only been a weather balloon. That sudden change created one of the biggest conspiracy theories in modern history. Over time, rumors spread that governments had secretly recovered unidentified flying objects and were studying technology far beyond anything humans had invented. Whether true or false, those stories became part of popular culture around the world. This is where the microwave theory was born. Some conspiracy researchers suggested that microwave ovens were not simply the result of Percy Spencer's accidental discovery. Instead, they claimed the invention was influenced by reverse-engineered alien technology recovered during secret military operations. According to these stories, governments slowly introduced advanced technologies into civilian life while hiding their true origins. It's an exciting idea that combines war, secrecy, UFOs, and one of the most common appliances in every home. But is there any actual evidence supporting such an extraordinary claim? That's exactly what we'll examine next. Now let's connect all the pieces. We have a military engineer working with classified radar equipment. We have an accidental discovery involving invisible electromagnetic waves. We have a time in history when governments were developing revolutionary technologies behind closed doors. And we have decades of rumors about recovered unidentified flying objects. It's easy to understand why some people began linking these separate stories together.
When several unusual events happen within the same period, the human mind naturally searches for hidden connections. But finding a pattern is not the same as proving one exists. To understand whether the alien theory makes sense, we first need to understand the science. Microwave ovens generate electromagnetic waves at a frequency of about 2.45 gigahertz. These waves pass through the food and interact mainly with water molecules. Because water molecules are slightly polar, they constantly rotate as the electromagnetic field changes direction billions of times every second. That rapid movement creates friction at the molecular level, producing heat. This process has been studied for decades, repeated in laboratories around the world, and fully explained by modern physics. There is nothing in the process that scientists cannot account for. The historical record also tells a remarkably consistent story. Engineers documented Spencer's experiments. Patent applications were filed.
Early prototypes were built and tested. Technical improvements were published over the following years. The first commercial microwave ovens were expensive and inefficient, but each generation became smaller, safer, and more affordable. Every major step in the technology can be traced through engineering documents, manufacturing records, and scientific publications. Unlike many conspiracy stories, there are no unexplained gaps that suddenly require an unknown technology to fill them. This is where the alien hypothesis begins to fall apart. Despite decades of speculation, no verified government document has ever shown that microwave ovens were based on extraterrestrial devices. No credible engineer involved in the project has ever provided evidence of reverse engineering alien technology. No physical artifact has ever been presented for independent scientific examination. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and so far that evidence simply does not exist.
The available facts consistently point back to radar research rather than visitors from another world. That doesn't mean governments never keep secrets. History proves they absolutely do. Many military projects remained classified for years before becoming public knowledge. The development of stealth aircraft, advanced surveillance systems, cryptography, and experimental weapons all involved secrecy. During wartime and the Cold War, governments often hid technologies until they believed revealing them was safe. Because of this history, many people assume that if some projects were secret, perhaps even bigger secrets still remain hidden today. It's an understandable question, even if it doesn't automatically validate every theory. This uncertainty is exactly what keeps mysteries alive. When information is incomplete, people begin imagining possibilities. A missing document becomes proof of a cover-up. A coincidence becomes evidence of a hidden plan.
An unexplained event grows into a worldwide legend. The microwave oven is a perfect example because its real origin already sounds unbelievable. A melted chocolate bar leading to one of the most successful kitchen appliances in history almost feels too strange to be true. Sometimes reality is unusual enough that it resembles fiction. Ironically, the real story may be just as inspiring as any conspiracy theory. Percy Spencer wasn't searching for alien technology or trying to invent a new way of cooking dinner. He simply noticed something that everyone else might have ignored. Instead of dismissing an unexpected observation, he asked questions, tested ideas, and followed the evidence wherever it led. That mindset has driven many of humanity's greatest discoveries. Curiosity, patience, and careful experimentation often produce results that seem almost magical to everyone else. Of course, that doesn't stop people from wondering what else might still be hidden. Every year, there are new discussions about unidentified aerial phenomena, declassified military videos, and reports of unexplained objects observed by pilots. These stories keep public curiosity alive and ensure that theories connecting advanced technology with possible extraterrestrial origins continue circulating online. Whether those future discoveries reveal anything extraordinary remains completely unknown. For now, they remain fascinating questions rather than established facts. So where does all of this leave us? Based on everything we currently know, the simplest explanation is still the strongest one. Microwave ovens appear to be the result of radar research, scientific curiosity, and decades of engineering improvements. The alien technology theory remains an interesting piece of modern folklore rather than a conclusion supported by evidence. Yet the fact that millions of people continue debating it shows something important about human nature. We are endlessly fascinated by mysteries, especially when they involve ordinary objects hiding extraordinary stories. Now it's your turn. Do you believe the microwave oven was simply one of history's luckiest accidental inventions? Or do you think there could still be secrets that governments have never revealed? Share your theory in the comments because I'd love to read what you think. And if you enjoy exploring mysterious stories where history, science, and conspiracy theories collide, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next mystery. There are plenty more everyday objects with surprisingly strange stories waiting to be explored.